Have you ever imagined that somewhere on this earth, there are cows that cost more than a Lamborghini? It sounds impossible until you see them. From the sun-scorched savannas of Africa to the misty Highlands of Scotland and the sacred forests of Asia, exist rare, majestic, and almost mythical breeds. Cattle so unique they seem pulled straight from legend. But this isn't just a story about livestock. It's a journey through culture, climate, tradition, and the incredible value we place on life itself. Because what you're about to discover isn't just 20 animals with outrageous price tags, but living treasures that redefine what it means to be rare. Let's begin. Watusi, the crowned jewel of Africa. Sunlit plains of Uganda and Rwanda, where the earth glows red beneath a burning sky, walks a creature you'll never forget once you've seen it. The Ankole Watusi. Its horns alone are a spectacle, stretching up to 8 feet, 2.4 meters, wide, like twin ivory wings catching the African wind. But don't be fooled by their monstrous creativity. These horns are hollow, a natural cooling system, allowing the Watusi to survive in searing heat, where other animals would collapse. To the Tutsi people, this breed is more than livestock. It's legacy, it's royalty. Once reserved for kings and sacred rituals, the Watusi symbolize status, power, and pride. Its milk, rich and nourishing, was offered in spiritual ceremonies that tied people to land and ancestry. Today, these living emblems have crossed continents, raised not for milk or meat, but for their wild, regal beauty and their unmatched genetics. Watch a Watusi stride across the savannah, its horns rising like a crown against the sky, and you'll understand why they call it the living jewel of the African continent. A creature both majestic and gentle, etched into memory like a flame you saw once and never forgot. Braford, the genetic harmony. What happens when you combine the rugged strength of one breed with the refined quality of another? You get the Braford, a masterpiece of modern genetics. Born from the union of two legends, the hardy Brahman of India and the flavor-rich Hereford of England, the Braford brings together the best of both worlds: resilience and tenderness, efficiency and excellence. Its beef is well-marbled and full of character. Its body is built to endure, from scorching summers to humid plains, from parasite-ridden regions to poor pasture. It grows fast, reproduces easily, and adapts like few others can. That's why the Braford is now a favorite in places where nature demands toughness. Brazil, Argentina, Australia. It stands its ground where others wither. But what makes it truly special isn't just its performance. It's the harmony, the calm nature of the Hereford, the disease resistance of the Brahman, and a genetic balance so fine-tuned that entire breeding programs have been built around it. Champion Brafords have fetched up to $50,000 at auction, and premium bloodlines are guarded like heirlooms, not because they look exotic, but because they work. Watch one graze beneath a blazing sun, unbothered, efficient, composed, and you'll see, this isn't just hybrid vigor. It's what happens when science and nature shake hands and raise a legend. Hungarian Grey, the silver relic. Across the wide, wind-blown plains of Hungary, where the summers burn golden and the winters paint everything white with frost, moves a creature that looks like it galloped out of a medieval tale, the Hungarian Grey. With a shimmering silver coat that glows under the sunlight and long, lyre-shaped horns that spiral with grace and might, this breed is more than rare, it's legendary. Once used to pull carts, plows, and even royal carriages, these majestic cattle were the lifeblood of Central European agriculture for centuries. And somehow, they're still here, unchanged, undiminished, strong, graceful, enduring. A full-grown bull can weigh nearly 2,000 pounds and live well past 20 years, outlasting many of its modern counterparts. Its calm nature, resistance to disease, and ability to weather extreme cold have helped it survive wars, famine, and time itself. Today, purebred Hungarian greys are protected as national treasures. You won't find them in industrial farms. You'll find them in heritage ranches and biological reserves, preserved like living history. At auctions, elite individuals can fetch over $11,000, not for productivity, but for what they represent. A link to the past, a cultural legacy on four steady legs. Watch one walk across a snow-dusted field, its coat catching the wind, its horns shining like ancient silver. And you'll understand, this is not just a cow, it's a relic of strength, of nobility, and of a Europe that refuses to forget. Gaur, the silent giant of Asia. Deep in the shadowed forests of India, Nepal, and Thailand, where mist clings to ancient trees and the air holds the weight of stories untold, moves a creature that commands awe, not through violence, but through presence. This is the Gaur, the largest wild bovine on Earth. A full-grown male can stand over 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder, weigh more than 2,200 pounds, and look as if it was sculpted from dark granite. Powerful, imposing, unshakable. But then you notice something else. Its legs, dusted in white, like it's wearing ceremonial boots. Its eyes, steady, observant, calm. There's no rage in this beast, only silence and strength. To locals, it's not just an animal, it's a spirit. In India, the Gaur appears in ancient epics and rituals, a sacred emblem of quiet force and ancestral power. In Thailand, it's known as the ghost of the green forest, rarely seen, never forgotten. But its kingdom is shrinking. Encroaching cities, shrinking forests, and poaching have pushed the Gaur to the edge. Now it survives mostly in protected reserves, a living relic of the primeval world. And yet, watch one walk at dawn, muscles rippling beneath morning light, breath rising like smoke in the chill air, and you'll understand what Asia has always known. True strength doesn't roar. It walks quietly and leaves the earth trembling in its wake. Japanese Oguni Wagyu, the black gold. High in the misty hills of Japan, where silence blankets the forests and every breath feels like part of a centuries-old ritual, there lives a creature that's not raised like livestock, but revered like art. The Oguni Wagyu, a lesser-known cousin of the famous Kobe and perhaps Japan's most sacred secret. Locals call it black gold, not just for its price, but for the way it's raised, with reverence, with patience, with a philosophy that life must be honored before it can be shared. These cattle are massaged daily to ease tension and keep the meat tender. They listen to classical music to maintain a calm heartbeat. Their diet is curated with precision, a symphony of nutrients designed to create something unlike anything else in the culinary world. The result? A type of beef so delicate, so marbled with fine, lacy fat, that it melts at the touch of warmth, disappearing on your tongue like silk meeting fire. Just 1 kilogram can sell for over $300, and the finest cuts are auctioned like jewels. But the value goes beyond flavor. Each bite carries a story of care, of craft, of the belief that true excellence can only emerge when humans and nature move in harmony. Watch an Oguni Wagyu wander through the fog-covered hills, and you'll understand why the Japanese don't just farm these cattle, they protect them. Because they know perfection isn't produced, it's nurtured. Texas Longhorn, the spirit of the West. If there's one creature that carries the soul of the American frontier etched into every step, it's the Texas Longhorn. With horns stretching over 7 feet tip to tip, sweeping the sky like ancient bows drawn taut. This iconic breed is more than just cattle. It's a living monument to the grit, freedom, and wild spirit of the Old West. Picture this, a lone cowboy on horseback, dust rising behind him, herding a sea of longhorns across sunburned plains that never seem to end. That image? It's not just legend, it's history. No two longhorns are alike. Their coats swirl with white, red, black, and tan like brushstrokes on a living canvas. Each one tells its own story. But they weren't prized for beauty alone, they were survivors. These cattle endured drought, crossed deserts, and thrived in lands where others perished. They helped build the cattle empire of the American Southwest, not by being the best beef, but by being unstoppable. Today, they're no longer raised for profit. They're raised for memory, for heritage, for the reminder that strength isn't always about muscle, but about spirit. Watch a longhorn stride through the orange glow of a Texas sunset, its horns casting long shadows ahead, and you'll feel it too. The echo of a time when the West was wild and freedom had four hooves. Boran, the desert warrior. Across the sun-baked grasslands of Kenya and Ethiopia, where rain is rare and the earth cracks beneath the weight of heat, there roams a creature built not for comfort, but for survival. This is the Boran, Africa's silent answer to the desert's harshest tests. It doesn't tower with size, it doesn't dazzle with color, but it endures where others collapse. Bred from native African cattle and resilient zebu, the Boran was forged through centuries of hunger, drought, and dust. It thrives on scorched grass. It drinks sparingly. It stays strong when the land offers almost nothing. That's what makes it priceless. Its lean meat, calm temperament, and remarkable fertility have made it a cornerstone of herding from East Africa to South America and the Middle East. Wherever the climate punishes the weak, the Boran stands tall, a living engine of endurance. To the people of East Africa, this breed isn't just cattle, it's a legacy of resilience, proof that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it simply refuses to fall. Watch a Boran move through waves of heat, dust swirling at its hooves, and you'll see not a beast of burden, but a quiet warrior of the wild. Because true strength isn't about domination, it's about adaptation and the will to endure. Sahiwal, the tropical miracle. In the scorching plains of Punjab, where summer temperatures soar past 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius, and the air feels too thick to breathe, there thrives a gentle miracle in the form of a cow. The Sahiwal. It doesn't boast flashy horns or a towering frame, but what it does, quietly, consistently, is nothing short of extraordinary. While other breeds wilt under the tropical sun, the Sahiwal continues to give, day after day, 8 to 10 liters of rich, nourishing milk, even when the heat makes the ground shimmer and shadows vanish by noon. Its copper-red coat glows in sunlight, its eyes are calm, its temperament mild, and its resilience legendary. For generations in Pakistan and northern India, the Sahiwal has been more than a dairy cow. It's been a lifeline. Its milk turned into golden ghee, yogurt, and cheese that nourished entire villages. But its value isn't just in nutrition, it's in heritage. In rural festivals and national breeding centers, this breed is honored like a living treasure. A single prize bull can sell for over $9,000, an astonishing figure for a traditional dairy cow. Because in the Sahiwal, people see more than profit. They see grace under pressure, stability in chaos, and a quiet reminder that miracles don't always shout. Sometimes they simply walk calmly through unbearable heat and keep giving. Piemontese, the marble muscle of Italy. In the rolling hills of northern Italy, where vineyards kiss the fog and time moves to the rhythm of tradition, there lives a creature sculpted by nature itself, not in bronze or marble, but in muscle, the Piemontese. At first glance, it looks unreal, a cow whose body ripples with defined muscle as if carved by the hands of a Renaissance artist. But this isn't art, it's science. A rare natural mutation in the myostatin gene allows these cattle to develop extraordinary muscle mass, lean, dense, and beautifully structured. Yet somehow, despite their power, there's elegance in their movement, a quiet balance of strength and grace. But it's not just about how they look. The meat they produce is among the healthiest in the world. Low in cholesterol, rich in protein, and so naturally tender, it needs no marinade, no complexity, just heat and a little respect. Italian chefs call it a gift, a product of the land, the bloodline, and time itself. Top quality Piemontese cattle can fetch over $20,000, and champion sires go even higher, not just because of market value, but because of what they represent. A harmony between beauty and function, power and delicacy, muscle and meaning. Watch one stroll through a sun-dappled Italian field, its frame strong, its spirit calm. And you'll understand why in Piemonte, this isn't just a cow, it's a celebration of life, refined over centuries into a masterpiece that walks. Highland cattle, the furry legends of Scotland. In the misty glens and frost-bitten valleys of the Scottish Highlands, where wind howls through the heather and clouds drape the mountains like old secrets, you might catch a glimpse of something that looks like it stepped out of folklore: the Highland cattle. With coats like tangled woolen cloaks, fringed forelocks falling over gentle eyes, they seem more myth than animal, like creatures born from ancient stories told beside firelight. But make no mistake, these shaggy giants are survivors. Their iconic double-layered coat isn't just for show, it insulates them against bitter cold, keeps rain and snow at bay, and allows them to thrive where few others can. On rocky hillsides, through snowstorms, beneath skies that never fully clear. They've grazed these lands for thousands of years, long before castles crumbled and clans faded into legend. And yet, they endure. Their meat, surprisingly lean and rich in flavor, comes from a life spent roaming freely, feeding on wild grasses and herbs in some of the harshest pastures in Europe. But what makes Highland cattle truly legendary isn't their utility, it's their presence. They become icons of Scotland, appearing in postcards, travel films, and now social media stardom, and it's easy to see why. Watch one stand still in a veil of morning fog, its long hair swaying in the wind, horns curled like ancient ornaments, and you'll understand, this is more than a cow. It's a symbol of wildness, of weathered grace, and of a homeland that refuses to be tamed. Guzerat, the silver warrior. Under the burning skies of western India, where the soil splits from heat and the winds blow dry as ash, a fighter walks the land, not with weapons, but with strength carved into its bones. The Guzerat. Massive, powerful, and unmistakably regal, this ancient breed carries itself like a warhorse in armor. With curved horns arcing forward like polished blades, and a thick, muscular frame that can tip the scales at over 2,800 pounds, 1,300 kilograms, the Guzerat doesn't just survive harsh lands, it dominates them. But brute strength is only part of the story. The Guzerat is a triple gift: hardy in drought, rich in milk, and lean in meat. Few breeds match its versatility. That's why it didn't stay in India. It crossed oceans to Brazil, where its resilience reshaped the cattle industry. Today, it's one of the foundation breeds behind South America's most successful herds. It thrives on poor pasture. It resists parasites. It delivers both yield and endurance in climates that test the toughest creatures. Top quality Guzerats now sell for $15,000 to $25,000, especially those with elite bloodlines, genetic blueprints for future generations. But to ranchers, the Guzerat isn't just an investment, it's a partner, a warrior that walks beside them, unshaken by heat, hunger, or hardship. Watch it move across a dry plain, horns forward, hooves kicking dust into the air, and you'll understand, this is no ordinary cow. This is a symbol of survival, refinement, and relentless strength. Limousin, the lean king of France. In the heart of rural France, where rolling hills stretch into golden pastures and stone farmhouses sleep beneath chestnut trees, a quiet powerhouse grazes the land. The Limousin. With its gleaming golden red coat and a frame like a trained athlete, this breed isn't bred for beauty, but for purpose. Lean, muscular, efficient, the Limousin is the gold standard for beef across Europe. Its meat is famously tender, yet remarkably low in fat, a prized combination for chefs who demand purity of flavor without the excess. It's the kind of beef that holds its shape on the grill, sizzles cleanly, and slices like butter, perfect for haute cuisine or rustic fare alike. But it's not just chefs who love them. Farmers adore their resilience. Ranchers value their growth. And buyers, they pay handsomely. In 2015, a prize Limousin bull named Truman Jagger was sold for over $190,000, setting a record that shook the European livestock world. But beyond numbers and accolades, the Limousin is a symbol of balance, heritage, and understated excellence. It doesn't boast the mythology of some ancient breed. It doesn't need to. Watch one stand against the French countryside, its coat glowing like burnished copper in the afternoon sun, and you'll understand, this is the quiet king of beef, strong, refined, and timeless. Nelore, the beef emperor of Brazil. In the endless tropical pastures of Brazil, beneath a blazing sun and skies that never seem to cool, roams a breed that doesn't just survive the heat, it thrives in it. The Nelore. With snow-white coats that reflect the sunlight and a distinctive hump rising like armor between the shoulders, these cattle are more than iconic. They are the backbone of a global beef empire. Brazil is one of the largest beef exporters on Earth, and the Nelore? It supplies over 80% of the meat. That's not a coincidence, it's evolution, perfected. The Nelore resists parasites, it handles humidity, it recovers fast, it grows quickly on modest feed and produces consistent, high-quality beef across millions of head each year. And yet, this emperor was born far from Brazil. Its roots trace back to India, but here in South America, it found its kingdom, reshaped by ranchers, bred for toughness, and scaled to feed a nation. In 2023, a Nelore cow named Viatina 19 FIV Mara Immoves made headlines across the world when she sold for $4.8 million, a world record for a living bovine. Not for show, not for novelty, but for her genetics, the promise of 1,000 more like her. The Nelore isn't just a cow, it's an empire in motion, white against green, hooves in dust, and the silent hum of industry behind every heartbeat. Watch them move across a sun-drenched plain, unbothered, unstoppable, and you'll see why they reign. This is Brazil's emperor of beef, and it doesn't wear a crown, it grows one. Kankrej, the desert prince. In the blistering deserts of Guzerat and Rajasthan, where sand swirls like fire and water is a luxury whispered by wind, a noble figure moves with quiet confidence. The Kankrej, India's desert prince. What first captures your eye are the horns, gracefully curved like hand-carved sculptures, arching backward with elegance and strength. They seem less like tools and more like a royal crown shaped by the hand of the sun itself. But the true magic of the Kankrej lies beneath the beauty. This breed endures where others fail, thriving in scorching temperatures, surviving on sparse, dry forage, and needing little water to stay strong. Inside its milk is a 2 protein, a rare, easier to digest form that's prized by health-conscious communities and organic farms across Asia and beyond. This is not just tradition, it's science meeting resilience. The Kankrej is both workhorse and treasure, strong enough to plow through unforgiving terrain, gentle enough to raise around children, and valuable enough to sell for $10,000 to $15,000 at elite livestock auctions. But for the desert farmers of India, this breed is far more than an asset. It's pride, it's poetry, it's proof that grace and grit can coexist. Watch one walk through a shimmering heat wave, its horns slicing through the light, its eyes calm, its steps steady, and you'll understand. The desert doesn't need a king, it already has a prince. Brahman, the armored survivor. If cattle had warriors, the Brahman would wear the crown. With drooping ears, a prominent hump rising like a shield between its shoulders, and loose, swinging skin that moves like protective armor, this is a breed built for battle. Not the kind fought with weapons, but the silent war against nature itself. Born in the heat-drenched lands of India, the Brahman was shaped by centuries of blazing sun, biting insects in unforgiving terrain. Its loose skin isn't a flaw, it's a defense. It repels parasites and dissipates heat. Its hump isn't just for show, it stores energy for lean times. Its quiet demeanor hides a heart that simply won't quit. And so, in the 19th century, it crossed oceans. Brought to the United States, then spread across Latin America, Australia, and Asia. Wherever the land was rough, the Brahman adapted and conquered. It resists disease. It thrives on poor pastures. It withstands humidity that would cripple other breeds. And that resilience made it a genetic cornerstone for new hybrid powerhouses like the Brangus and Braford. In 2020, a purebred Brahman bull named Mr. V8 City Limits sold for $300,000. Not for his looks, but for what he carried in his blood, generations of survival. Because the Brahman isn't just a cow, it's a legacy. It's armor with a heartbeat. Watch one stand motionless in the blazing sun, flies dancing around it, but never touching its calm. And you'll understand, this is what evolution looks like, when the enemy is everything, and you endure anyway. Chianina, the Roman gladiator. In the sun-drenched hills of Tuscany, where vineyards stretch like paintings and stone villages whisper of ancient empires, there walks a living monument, a breed so old it once fed the armies of Rome. The Chianina. Towering at nearly 6.5 feet at the shoulder and weighing up to 3,800 pounds, this is the largest cattle breed in the world. But it's not just size that stuns you, it's presence. Its coat is ivory white, its skin a darker gray beneath, giving it the look of a marble sculpture come alive. And when it moves, it does so with the quiet confidence of something that knows it has endured over 2,000 years of history. The Chianina isn't just big, it's sacred to Italian cuisine. This is the breed behind the legendary bistecca alla fiorentina, a thick-cut, fire-grilled steak that's as bold as the land it comes from. Chefs don't season it much. They don't need to, because the meat speaks for itself. Tender, clean, noble. A purebred Chianina with elite lineage can fetch up to $50,000, but for Italian farmers, its value goes far deeper. It's a connection to a time when food was identity, when cattle weren't just agriculture, they were part of civilization's heartbeat. Watch a Chianina stand beneath the Tuscan sun, its silhouette echoing the power of a Roman colossus. And you'll understand, this is not just a cow, it's a gladiator draped in white, strong, timeless, and born from the soil of empires. Dexter, the little heart of small farms. In the green, rolling pastures of Ireland, where stone fences meander through meadows and the wind smells of rain and peat, lives a breed that may be small in size, but enormous in heart. The Dexter. Standing just over 3 feet tall, it's one of the smallest cattle breeds in the world. But don't let its size fool you. The Dexter is mighty in purpose. It eats less, needs less space, thrives on minimal pasture, and yet it gives back generously with rich, flavorful beef and creamy, nutrient-dense milk, perfect for a household or homestead. That's why for centuries it's been known as the cottager's cow, ideal for families who raise food not for profit, but for life. It's friendly, gentle, adaptable, and tough enough to weather both lush fields and poorer soils where other breeds might fail. Today, in a world rediscovering the power of small-scale farming, the Dexter is making a quiet comeback, not as a commercial powerhouse, but as a symbol of self-sufficiency and warmth. A purebred Dexter can sell for $3,000 to $5,000, depending on lineage and quality. But to those who raise them, they're worth far more. Because when a Dexter walks through morning mist, low to the ground but full of life, you don't just see a cow, you see a partner, steady, kind, and perfectly built for a simpler, more connected way of living. After walking through deserts and highlands, through rice fields, rainforests, and riverbeds, one thing becomes clear. Cattle are not just animals. They are reflections of us, our values, our climates, our resilience, our traditions. Each breed tells a story of survival in the heat, of quiet strength in the cold, of patience, of passion, and of generations who learn to live not above nature, but with it. From the shaggy Highland of Scotland to the silver-backed relics of Hungary, from the muscular giants of Italy to the tropical survivors of Africa and Asia, these cows are more than commodities. They are chapters of living history. Some are born from royalty, others are forged by hardship. All of them carry something we often forget in the modern world, that life at its best is slow, intentional, and shaped by the land beneath our feet. So the next time you see a cow grazing in the distance, look again. You might just be looking at a miracle in motion, not just livestock, but legacy, on 4 legs and beating with a quiet heart.